Hello guys, today I'm going to be going over my Balanced Literacy E-Unit, and mine is going to be all about family. Family is something really important in your life that you will have forever, family and friends, or anyone that you consider family. And this is going to show about all the different books and other videos or readings that you can watch or activities that you can do that explain all about family. On this front homepage, it says family up here, explaining that, like I said, it's about family. There's a few pictures, and one of the books that I want to touch upon is my read aloud book about what mommies and daddies do best, which includes everything that your mom, dad, or caregiver would do for you while you're growing up. This includes my read aloud plan down here to see all the information about the book and about the activities you could do with students. And then right over here we have the read aloud of the actual book in case you want to follow along. Being able to describe how teachers can understand how children learn is very important, especially with family, and explain to them how important family is and how it will resonate with every student no matter their situation. And it's important to include family and being grateful in everyday life. This is easy to make connections with, especially a book like this, about how you can make a connection about what your mom and your dad do for you, just like they do in the book. And again, like I said, it's all about making connections and having a central focus to connect to. In this webpage, there's going to be different pages up at the top, related literature, shared reading, guided reading, and an e-tool included to show all different ways that you can incorporate a balanced approach to literacy instruction. It incorporates different books and websites to use, like Scholastic Book Wizard and a web graphic organizer for different tools for students to learn depending on their preferred way of learning. On this second page, we have related literature, which shows a bunch of different books from different reading levels, which will apply to all different grade levels from P to 3 or to 5. Some of these books are a little bit more advanced, and they show all different books about family and relationships, and this could be geared towards any type of learner and any of their interests. As you could see, there's cartoons, there's more realistic ones, there's all different types of books trying to catch the reader's attention and get them to understand the connection that they can make with all these books personally. Having a different collection of books can help differentiate with the students, and each student will be able to choose their own book, but they will all have one same connection, again going along with family. On the next page, we have shared reading. I included my read aloud on the home page in case people want to start off with a book and see what I'm talking about when I say family and connections. You can start off with What Mommies and Daddies Do Best as a book just to dip your toes in the water and see all about family and relationships. Now, on this page, I will be showing a shared reading called Are You My Mother? It's a level I book, and it's about a baby bird who's trying to find his mother in search of it. And I included this shared reading template that the kids will be able to look over. They will see sight words, phonics rules, phonograms or word families that are seen in the book, a different structural analysis talking about endings and verb endings of different words that are included in the book, mostly verbs, and then different vocabulary. This one was tier 1. Had some simple words, but words that are very necessary, just like these sight words that you will use in everyday life. This shared reading is important with the read aloud because it will help the students scaffold their learning with these vocabulary words and sight words that they see here, with the read along or read aloud words that you will see in What Mommies and Daddies Do Best. They can compare and contrast the two, trying to make connections between the two books and learning new things while reading both. In the next page for guided reading, this includes the book Me and My Dragon, which is a more lighthearted, funny story, kind of comedic about a boy who really wants a pet dragon, but obviously something that's not realistic. So that's another thing you can touch upon with your students, realizing the difference between fantasy and reality when it comes to these types of books. With this book, I made a guided reading plan showing the preparation for reading, teaching vocabulary, silent reading, responding to the text, and seeing how they react to the story. Since this story is unrealistic and more lighthearted, I would have the students write or explain how they would love to read this book and connect to it and what they would do with their own dragon, trying to make yet another connection to family and what they would do in their own life. Last but not least, on the last page, we have an e-tool, and I chose to use the website Bubble, BUBBL.us. And this is a website where you can make graphic organizers or anything that you need. It doesn't have to just be for this. I thought it was a cool website for the students to use because they are able to use and make their own graphic organizers. You can customize colors, add pictures if you want. I kept mine pretty simple. And this shows my family networking web that I would have that they should know by now at the end of this literature unit, all about family and the relationships and being grateful and being able to make a connection with the relationships you have in your life to the relationships they might see in the literature you read in class. As you can see here, I made one about my family, my brothers and sisters, my parents and my grandparents, and about everything that they do for me and my family, just like these students will learn in their literacy unit about family. By using this graphic organizer, it utilizes authentic assessment by giving the students a way to describe and show themselves in a graphic organizer whatever they want. I would have them draw pictures and I would have them decorate it a little bit more. And having less boundaries and less rules for them will boost their creativity, being able to express themselves and relate to the books with their own family. Overall, this balanced literacy e-unit includes all different types of ways that students can learn how to read, build on their reading and vocabulary by showing all different types of books of different reading levels so they can move up the line and ladder of reading to try to get more experience. They can read new ones, look at the video that I made of myself, and they can even follow the templates that I have if they're even more advanced and would like to see what they're actually learning, or for a teacher just to see and how they do with the vocabulary, the different phonics, the words, verbs, adjectives, etc. in all these different books. It really is a good way to explain family and relationships, but also adding in an academic tie in there, all about literature, and especially having examples of different books that they can read.